by a successful founder. So he'll share his thoughts about his startup, so that you will get benefited. And once again, I welcome everyone on behalf of Panimalar Engineering College and Institute Innovation Council for this session. So over to you, Angren.
Yes, okay, sir. Guys, am I audible to any one of you as students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, just don't call me sir. You
You are
can
audible,
dismiss
sir.
me as brother or Anna. It's okay for me.
கேக்குதுண்ணா
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start the session. Okay, I'll first turn on the camera. Yeah, hi, I'm Angran Krishnamurthy. Okay, I'm the founder of Solutions, a developer as well. I work for Accenture as associate software engineer, as a Java developer and Go developer. Okay, in today's session, I'll be starting with something different. Why entrepreneurship? I'm not sure if you have gone through this thing, but let me take you through this entire series. Okay. Why entrepreneurship in specific as a job opportunity? Simple. You're your own boss. You don't have to wait for someone's permission to take leave.
Angren, you are on mute now.
Yes, sir. Someone has muted me. Guys, please don't play with this session, please. Yeah. Let me continue. Okay. Yeah. Entrepreneurship is because it makes you what you are. It keeps you as you are. Say for example, some of my friends who are in mechanical itself, they don't like mechanical job as a whole, but they don't have any other option other than going for a mechanical core job that aids for them and is easy for them than the IT job itself. So what can we do to become an entrepreneur? It is simple. All you have to do is have a great idea and a small investment. Okay, first let me say something. You might be thinking, okay, I'm giving a speech on entrepreneurship, then why do I go for a job on Accenture, which is a 9 to 5 usual job? The answer is simple. Because I needed an investment. There are two kinds of investment that you can do on yourself. The first is the main investment, that is learning. You learn more, you gain more, and you can put more into whatever you're doing. Say for example, my first website, okay? The first learning I got was through the website that I developed. I developed a website in Fiverr, which was for $38. That was my first paycheck that I received from my entire childhood.
Angren?
The inner workings. There's always a saying that learn from the experts, right? Learning from the experts make you grow better and being a competitor for those who are against you. Say for example, I'm joining Accenture. The main reason why I joined Accenture was it was said to be the perfect thing that a fresher can join for, to learn more about things rather than just earning. If I wanted to earn, the highest package that I got in this year was PNB Paribas. PNB Paribas was a bank. It's a bank actually, not was a bank. It's a bank, and my role was actually a software developer SDK 1, and the package was 7.5. But the job I took was just a 4.5 LPA package. The difference is more than earning, I wanted to learn more, because when I learn, I can invest more. And the second main reason why I chose this over Zoho is Accenture over Zoho is the pay is more. Even though I can invest on myself, I need some people to work for me in my place. I can't do the job of 25 people at once, but I can do the job of a maximum like 5 people. So to get some people to work for me, I needed an investment. So I'm putting in the investment as cash as well as on myself. So this is the reason I'm going for a job. And you can very well expect me to drop off the job anytime I wanted to. Because even my family knows this thing. I'm not a person who's like always gonna be like under a person and be stressed or pressurized. Even in the first week I started the job, the first thing I told my parents was, what will you do if I quit the job? And my parents' response was like, we are not gonna scold you, or we're not going to be sad for you, because we know some way or the other you will cope up for something, because your ideas are more than what you are. So we are not predictable sorry, we are not predictable about you. So it is like whatever you want, you can do. We are going to support you. That's it. They got this confidence about me just because I prove them what I am. I prove them what I can do, and I prove them what I can be. And you can ask me, okay, like, is it too late to be an entrepreneur, like after my college or after my 2 years of job or after my 30s? No. Even the richest person, like, yeah, Jeff Bezos, he started to be an entrepreneur. He started his own business when he was around 30. Really, he was around 30. It is never too late to start a business or never too early to start a business. The only thing you have to do is learn before you jump into it. Don't jump into the lake before knowing how deep it is, because it's both riskier and it's going to consume you as well. So please be cautious of what you're going to do, but be aware of what you're going to be. That is more important. Then how to get started? The simple thing, okay, this is the most simple thing. To get started, you should make the first step. Okay, how can you make the first step? Learn about things you are good at. Learn about things that you're passionate about. Make yourself available to listen to people who have ideas over your things. Because the more controversies you can face, the more downfalls you can actually prevent. Because this was something that happened to me, okay? Even being the person who is like teaching you guys, okay, this is what you should do and this is not what you should do. I faced a controversy on, yeah? Excuse me, sorry, I can't hear you.
No problem, Aingran. I think there is some mistake. You go on.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions or if you wanted to like cross with me, then you can very well raise your hand and I'll address your questions. Or you can use the chat box as well. Yeah, let's continue. Okay. Yeah, how to get started? Right, simple. The thing is, learn more. Think about yourself. Okay. Think of yourself as a person in this entire world, just you in this entire world. What would be the first thing you would want, and what would be the first thing you want to achieve? Just think about it. And my controversy, yeah, as I was talking about, my first controversy was mine was an online business actually. Even this office right now I'm in is my father's office. He's an entrepreneur as well. In his office, I've taken a room and I've made it as a home office. Okay, around 4 to 5 people office work over here, and there are total of 3 of my very own startups. And the first one was solutions actually. That is close to my heart because it was something I started without any idea. I was like, okay, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Let's start. Let's get going. Just because I started this doesn't mean, okay, I was successful at first. I faced a lot of downfalls. I had to like convince my friends that it is going to work somehow because I had a vision which my friends didn't have. My friends were ready to put in the work, but not their ideas as well. So I had to make sure that they are not going to give up as well as I'm not going to give up. So the first criticism I faced was, okay, this is a purely online business. What if a person wanted to meet you and make their request or specific ideas of how they wanted a particular website to be? So that is when we thought, okay, so we need to have an office. We need to have a place we can call home for this particular setup. So we asked my father, okay, if I can use this room. He was like, okay, yeah, you can use it. It's empty only. You can just use furniture and stuff. You can use the entire place. So we were like, okay, let's start the setup. It took us around 2 months to set this entire thing up. We had a total of 48 meetings. I have a board opposite to me, which has all the recent records of the clients and the things we've done. Okay. And the second downfall, this was the drastic one, to be honest. What happened was college got over. People in their houses, okay, my friends' parents started to ask, like, what are you going to do for a job? You have earned just 1,000 or 2,000 till now, but you can't rely on this as a job itself. So what are you going to do next? They didn't believe in their children as my parents did. So the first thing they had to do was drop this entire plan of the startup, had to go for the work and start the thing. Now I'm stuck up with the work of 25 people that I assigned as 5 for each person. So what happened was this was a second downfall. And this second downfall is actually going right now. And I'm actually recovering from it. The thing is so easy. We all started. Hello. Guys, I'm very well open to questions. I'm very well open to answers. Please do ask questions if you have any. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Then, yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is simple. See for a location. Okay. this is actually what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing with you guys because I want you to have an insight of what it takes to do something that is successful, that is going to be successful. Actually, that is not successful, that is going to be successful. First thing, I want to select a locality. Okay, so I selected Gindi. You might ask, okay, you can go for something like Sholinganallur or somewhere where IT people can come more. But my concentration is totally over people that are going on their way. Okay, on the way food means it should be served to people that are in a quick manner, not someone who's going to be like leisure and coming over here hangout spot. So I decided Gindi as the place. So second, okay, what I can give the customers. I want it to be like simple, yet it should be filling for them at least for 2 hours. So what I decided was slushy. Okay, that is something new to India actually. There is no slushy shop in India that is like serving natural ones. There are slushy shops like you can get Maaza slushy, the drink that is already available that is made into a slushy, but not a slushy that is made from vegetable. Fruits itself. So this is the concept. Okay, it is difficult to make a slushy from fruits. That's why no one is taking it in. But this is both healthier and this is going to keep you filled for at least 2 hours. And okay, a person doesn't alone need a slushy, right, for a meal. So what I thought was we can bring in sandwiches from something like, what do you call? Yeah, Sandwich Square or Royal Sandwich. I don't know how many of you have been to Royal Sandwich, but there is a spot called Royal Sandwich. You should try it out. They sell sandwiches like at a minimal cost, but a lot of varieties. Like they are around, they have around 100 plus varieties. That is less than 100 rupees. Okay, so I'm gonna buy sandwiches and make sandwiches like them. Okay, I took them as a role model for this meal alone. So I'm gonna make sandwiches as well. Okay, both the location is set and this food is set. So third thing, the rent. How am I gonna pay the rent? That is when I planned, okay, if I'm going to make on the go thing, then it's simple for me to cut the cost of the rent. Like I'm going to need like 10 by 10 space only because I need the space only to prepare the food, not for seating the consumers as well. So for seating a 10 by 10 place in Gindi, it took like around the rent is 15,000. You ask 15,000 is larger actually in a place that is near both railway station and this thing metro. Actually, this is a place that is opposite to metro that I'm looking at. This place is around this place is a 1,000 square foot place, and it is fully of shops, and it is around, like, say for example, the total cost is 4 crores if you buy it. I'm saying if you buy the actual value of that place. So I thought it was a good money. 15K was good, and I'm not going to spend any of my salary as well, so I'm going to pay for that. Okay, 3 things. Then the machinery. You can either buy the machinery or make them. Making a machinery as a fresher, okay, as a new person. Like, say for example, I'm a person who can code, not a person who can make machines. So I thought I'll buy one. Okay, if I buy something in Amazon, you can see like, okay, the thing is 70,000 or 80,000. I don't know if you guys know, but there's something called as Alibaba.com. Guys, I'm sorry, but someone is muting me. Guys, if you're not interested, you can very well leave this session. I'm not gonna like push you to be here or force you to be here, or neither the server will do so to you. But you can leave the session if you want, because I'm trying to give you an insight of what is happening and what you can do. I'm not here like talking about preaching about a particular religion or a particular god. Okay, so please cooperate. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
so can you make everyone a attendee?
I guess I can't, but sir can. Sir, can you make? And this worked out as well. The thing is interior. Even though I'm not going to put the customer inside, interior is important as well, because I need the customers to see what it is and how it is. Because no one is going to go to a place, even if it is a want to go place, no one is going to go to a place that is dark or say 224 percentages right here, excluding me and you. So anyone can do it.
Students, please don't do this, pa. What is this?
Sir, someone removing me, sir. Please make an attendee, sir.
Okay. Just wait, pa.
Okay, sir.
Again, I don't know who is doing this. Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, okay. Guys, please don't do this again. Okay, thank you. Common mistakes. Most people don't have an idea of what it takes as a business itself. That they're like, okay, if I'm gonna make a company that is gonna create websites, then I'm gonna learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's it. If I know JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, I can start a website company. No, guys, that is not how it works. You need to have a person who knows finance, who knows risk management. These are basic needs of a startup, actually. Okay, who knows finance? First thing, who knows risk management? Why risk management is because some things are unpredictable, some things are predictable. Say, for example, a risk management team is actually very advisable. It is up to you whether or not you want to have the risk management team, or I would suggest you to learn it for yourself. Client separately. A client is someone who's buying your software. A customer is someone who is going to use your software from the client. So this is how it works. Guys, please.
Sir, I have doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Simple. The people who are ready for us are the people who are like interested in your idea. Start telling your idea to everyone you see.
sir, and also for business capitation is required, sir.
No, I can't get you.
How to raise capital, sir, for starting business?
Could you be a little louder, actually?
Sir, investment is needed, right, for us.
Yeah.
So how to find first everybody for now they will work for some years and then invest that cash. But if you want to find investment from other investors, how to get?
I'm sorry. Wait a second. Yeah, Arul Rama. Okay, Arun. Yes, Arun. I'm sorry, but I'm not able to hear your question properly. If you have access to chat box, you can type it, or I'll say. Okay, I'll guess the question as you asked. Okay. The thing is, I said investment is required, right? So you're asking me like how to gain an investment if I want to create a startup as a from college, right?
Yes,
Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As I said earlier, the first investment you can do is invest on yourself, and the startup I created. Okay. The thing is, actually, I created 3 startups. The first one is Solutions. The second one is Life Elixir, and the third one is Events Wow. Okay. For Solutions, I invested on myself. I learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, C#, ASP.NET, and wait a second. Yeah, JSON. Okay, I learned all these 7 things from different places. Yeah.
Yeah, mom. Yeah.
Hello. Hello, I can't hear you.
Yeah, take it off.
Hello.
Angran, please carry on, Angran. I think there is
Okay.
some.
Arun, the thing is, first invest on yourself. Second, get people who are believing in you. Because, okay, you can ask me, if I say my idea to someone else, what if they use it? Just understand that your idea is unique to you. Only you know the
Angran? Angran? Can you hear me? Hello?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Present, bro.
Yeah. As I said, the first thing you can invest on is yourself. Get it started. Tell your ideas to people. No one can guess your idea from A to Z. Make sure you just give them a guest rather than giving them the entire idea itself. Like, say, for example, I shared with you my idea, right? A slushy shop. But I gave you a gist of my idea, but not the entire thing. I told you, like, okay, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, but not how I'm gonna approach the customers. Do you understand? I'm just giving you the gist of what is done and not how it is done. So these are totally two different things. Make sure of what you're talking and what you're not talking, and believe on people that come to you. As well, have an eye out for people those are willing to come into you. Because even for my startup, when I started, there were some people who were interested in it genuinely, and there were some people who were like, okay, startup means we can earn money and we can do stuff. Okay, let's join. Don't take in people that are interested in earning money. Take in people that are interested in learning more, because you can never be sure like how much you earn or how much you can earn in few years in a startup. So be ready with people those who are ready to learn, not people those who are ready to earn. First one. Second one, yeah, investment wise, you need some capital. But as I said, you can even set up a home office where you and your friends can even sit on your personal couch or bed and talk about the ideas that you can formulate, ideas to approach customers, ideas to provide a service or as well. Capital is not required for all startups actually, because solutions didn't need a capital even now. The only capital that I had to invest was on Events Wow, because it was an event management setup. So it needed a capital like around, we had a capital of 2.8 lakhs for Events Wow alone. But the other two startups didn't require a capital. One was Solutions. It was totally online. So what we did was we created a very own website. We created a very own office setup is typically this. We have very own personal laptops, like around 5 laptops are here. One speaker that is mine, and two monitors of my friends. And we have some games over here to relax. Okay, this is our typical office setup that is right now in front of me. And we have a board that is always been there like since my childhood. I don't know why they bought this for me, but it is useful actually. This is my complete office setup. And if you're thinking, okay, this is gonna cost you like thousands of money, no. Even if you're gonna buy that board, that the cost of that entire whiteboard is actually 1,200 rupees, just 1,200 rupees. That's it. So this is how you can start something with zero or at least minimal investment. And the second thing, Life Elixir was NGO actually. It is NGO actually. So it doesn't require investment as well. So let's put other things apart and talk about solutions only. So in solutions, the investment, as I said earlier, was this thing. And you might ask, okay, then if you're hosting your website from a particular server, you might require money. No, I'm hosting my website from my own server. Or even you can use a setup of Raspberry Pi SSD and Raspberry Pi, SSD, HDD, and remote protocol access, RPA. Okay, this is all it takes to host a website. So yeah, that's it. The total investment, if you take into consideration, apart from my setup, it is gonna cost you only for the board, and even if you want for the speaker, actually, you don't use speaker for anything except for listening to songs. So maximum is board 1,200 rupees. That's it. Cutting the cost is one thing you should do as an entrepreneur. Now, is it clear for you, Arun? Did this answer your question?
Basically, you are saying that software services do not require capital, only right?
No, it depends on your idea, actually. It depends on your idea. Not only software services, even like say, for example,
One out, sir.
don't call me sir, you can call me brother. Thank you. Wait a second, Balaji. I'll answer Arun first. Arun, it is not like only for software companies or a software startup. For anything you start, you should have a vision of how it is gonna go. This will give you a clear-cut idea of how much it is gonna cost you or how much you can reduce cost as well.
So it's all
Here
based-
for this, yeah.
So it's all based on idea. What the idea is based on, it requires right changes.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be zero investment as well. So my suggestion would be start from home office. You would have either an extra room or a room for yourself, right? So make that room into a place where you would love to work. I have literally small stuff over here that is like that motivates me for work. Like say for example, a small toy is over there, a small quote is over there on the board, and these kind of stuff are things that will motivate you to work on. And the quote on board is simply "You're here, so just make it count." Literally, the thing on my board is "You're here, so just make it count." These are things that are gonna get you up for the day and gonna make you sleep in a peaceful manner for the night. You will have a sense of accomplishment actually. I don't get you.
Thanks.
Arun, I don't get you. Can you please be more clear?
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay. Then Balaji, what was your question actually?
Sir, how to do freelancing, sir?
You can learn stuff first. As I said earlier, you should learn stuff actually. And second, go on to websites. Fiverr.com, freelancer.com. You'll be paid in dollars. The best thing is you'll be paid in dollars in these sites rather than Indian money. So if you're going to be like doing a site, as I said, my first site was simple actually. Okay, it was a static site. It didn't even use much of JavaScript. Okay, it took around just 3 days for me to build, and my pay was $38. So just work it out: 38 into 70 or 30 into 75. Okay, so paid in dollars is more first, and second thing is you have a lot of sites to expose your talent. So go on to Fiverr. Fiverr is Fiverr, and freelancer.com. You can just type it. You'll get an idea of how it goes. But make sure to check on those people you're competing with, because the cost is being set by you, not by the people over there. You'll be like setting a cost. Okay, in Fiverr, you'll be setting a cost like, okay, I'll develop a website which will look like this. You should show an example website of how you will develop. Okay, this is my work and this is how my work will be, like a proof of concept. And you will set like say for example, yeah, a slider. Like okay, from $18 to $28 is my budget. So within this budget, I'll do everything I can for you. You will then have to contact the person through mail. You will have an idea of what the person's requirement is and what you can do. You can both come together at some point. Entrepreneurship is mainly about negotiation. So learn to negotiate actually. Not by like, okay, going to the shop at the end of my street and saying, Anna, takali vandu 3 ரூபாய் தான தருவேன். If he's saying 20 rupees and I'm like, Anna, na 3 ரூபாய் தான் தருவேன், that is not going to work. Okay, that is not the kind of negotiation I'm talking about. Negotiating with the customers. Negotiating with the customers. Make them understand that it is difficult for you as well, but as well you're going to give him some offer. Say for example, the first site I did was like, he asked me to create a static site which displayed menus of his very own hotel that is starting right now. Like, okay, not starting right now, then actually, like 3 years back. Okay, the menu was simple and efficient, and I was like asking him, what are you gonna do for the reservations and stuff? He was like saying, for the reservation part, I'm gonna be like making them call to me. I was like, okay, maybe I can help with JavaScript. That was in my mind. I didn't even tell him about that. I was like, okay, I can do this with JavaScript actually. I can make a form and I can make sure this is converted as an SMS and sent to the number that they are showing. So I thought of it and I kept it in my mind. Then like 3 days later, the guy came to me and he asked me like, is it possible for you to make this into a dynamic site that can be used to update menus each and every day? That is when I got trashed out, because that was the time I was learning web development for the first time. All I knew was about static web development and not dynamic one. So I was like trashed out. I was like saying, I'm sorry, but I can't help you with this. But actually, I have an idea for you. I can make reservations for you online. So if a person wants to make a reservation to you, they can utilize this service. They can fill the form. It is like the form had just 3 elements. First thing, the name, second thing, the number, and the third thing, the timing. That's it. So it is both easy for the customer and the restaurant manager itself. So I was like, okay, this sounds good. So we can cut off the dynamic thing, and this is good for me. Do you understand? I can't do something, but I can do something else. This is how we negotiate with the customers. Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Then moving on to common mistakes. These are common mistakes that I've seen in my life. Okay. These are not something that have happened for me, but for my friends. Those who wanted to really get started or get going with some idea of their own. The first thing is negative minded people. Okay. Just don't expect everyone to accept your idea as it is. Your idea is something unique to you. It is from your perception. Say, for example, if Arun is proposing an idea to Balaji, he shouldn't be expecting Balaji to accept the idea as it is. Balaji might have some references. Balaji might have some idea of some perspective of the same idea that can be changed. That is Balaji's perspective, but not Arun's perspective. So what happens here is Arun gets collapsed of what he can do next. He'll be like, okay, so Balaji says this, what I should do, what can be done, or what should I do next? So this will put the entire idea to like create a downfall. So instead of what you should do is believe in your idea, believe in the process. Actually, it is called trust in process. Okay. So trust in the process, believe in your idea first place. Second place, learn the market potential. Like when Bitcoin came, everyone was like, okay, Bitcoin is not a big thing. It is an online cryptocurrency. If the net goes, most of them didn't have an idea. Some people are like just bluffing, like, okay, if the internet goes down, that's it. Cryptocurrency is gone now. But see how it went up. And when it went up, people are like, okay, Bitcoin is the next amount of currency. Let's invest in it. And now the Bitcoin's value is reduced. Not to a greater amount, but to some extent. So this is called market analysis, okay? Always do your market analysis. See your competitors. Learn from them. Don't just see them as, okay, your enemy, I'm going to fight you. Learn from them first. Then think of what you can do to beat them, to come up them. Okay, say for example, like one up them actually. If Arun is gonna serve a biryani, that is like, okay, he's gonna serve chicken biryani. He's the inventor of chicken biryani. He's gonna serve chicken biryani. So Balaji gets an idea. Okay, I'm also planning to serve biryani, but Arun is already serving chicken biryani. So what can I do? I should do a level up. Okay. So what it does is, okay, what is the alternative meat that can be consumed by all that no one has restriction for? Because various religions have various restrictions over meat they eat. Okay. So Arun Balaji does his own market analysis. He finds out that, okay, Hindus don't eat cow, Muslims don't eat pork. Okay, let's avoid these two. Duck is too much costly, so let's avoid that, and it's rarely used. So the alternative source of most consumed meat is mutton. Okay, so let's do mutton biryani. So this is how market analysis is done. Market analysis might sound easier, but it is not what it looks like. You should go deep dive into it and learn about your competitors first to get things started. And third thing, investment. As I said earlier, please invest in yourself. Don't get started. Even if your parents have filthy rich, or you have like, okay, I have so much money, I can spare something. Just don't start investing money into your startup unless or until you have been working on it for at least 6 months. Unless or until you've been working on a startup for 6 months, please don't invest any amount of money in it. Okay, if you want to create a setup, you can spend a maximum of 5,000, not more than that, but not more than 5,000. Okay, please keep your mind like this, because most people do this thing. What they do is, okay, I'm gonna do a startup. Okay, what I'm gonna do is online business. So I'm gonna need a lot of computers, a lot of stock. You might have seen some people selling stuff in Instagram, right? Most of them are facing a downfall because they ordered lots of things, expecting, okay, code is not gonna go for at least 2 more years. So everyone is gonna go online, and I'm gonna sell stuff, and they have literally bought goods for lakhs and lakhs of money, and they are struggling to push them out of them right now. They're actually selling them at zero profit. So please don't invest in it. Do your market analysis well. Work on it for at least 6 months. Learn about the market competency. Competency means when the market will change. then get things going. And fourth more thing, a major mistake. Always keep people that you trust next to you. Don't trust anyone blindly in a startup, and always keep people that are trustworthy next to you. Like not people those who are like, okay, he's my childhood friend, so I'm gonna keep him next to me. Have people whom you can rely on, whom you can trust. Like, okay, even if I'm gonna die with him, okay, he's not gonna let me die. Even he's going to take the bullet for me. Yeah, the people who you think might take a bullet for you, those are the people you need to trust for a startup, because some people might come in startup with you with an interest, but in halfway they might be like, okay, I don't think this is gonna work out, so I'm gonna leave. This is something that will destabilize your entire idea, destabilize your entire startup, and your startup will go down to hell. So please be aware of people you choose over your startup, because this is the start. Actually, there's a Tamil saying like Mudal Konal Mutrilum Konal. Like if first it's a curve, then it's totally a curve. That is what it is. Please, when you're starting, make sure you are sure about it. And one more thing, never give up, because you might face a lot of downfall. You might face a lot of criticism. Always be sure to think about what's next rather than frowning on your failures. Because frowning on failures is not going to take you anywhere. Honestly speaking, frowning on failures will never take you anywhere, but working will. So learn to take things light in startups and make sure you have a strong will that is never going to give up. Actually, there's a common rumor about startups like, okay, if you pause a startup idea for like 2 years or 3 years, then it's going to be like gone forever. No, there's actually a concept called docking a startup. Docking a startup means you are going to stabilize a thing that you have started. Say, for example, the slushy thing. Okay, I will stabilize it for at least 6 months. Post stabilization, I might dock it. Dock it means pushing it to a state that where it can rest for a long period of time. So I can concentrate on other things as well. So after the dock period, if I come back, I should be able to like make sure it works again. Say, for example, Maggi. Maggi is not a startup though, but Maggi is a thing that is widely used in India. Maggi noodles is something that has been advertised for lots of years, that has been consumed for a lot of years. They have stabilized their market a lot. That is why even after the controversy, when Maggi came back after like some months, they were able to catch the market as they were before the thing, the controversy. So this is what docking a startup is. Make your brand like eligible for everyone. Okay, make your brand be heard everywhere. Make sure you have some loyal customers who are like ready to come back to your brand whenever it is coming back. That is when you should dock a startup. That is what I've done for now. I've made a brand myself, made a brand for myself, made people trust in me, and now I've docked it because I am trying to level it up more. So this is how you should make a startup, and this is the common mistake that you shouldn't do. And most important thing, as I said earlier, money is not something that you can always be gaining in life. So be sure of what you spend on and be sure of what you're doing with it. Second, docking a startup is never, ever, ever a bad choice. Unless you make sure you are ready to take it back and you were able to stabilize it. Third thing, invest in yourself, because this is something you can never lose. Like even say, for example, even if I lost all my startups, even if I lost all of my job, I can go back to where I started. I can go back to Fiverr. I can start doing stuff. I can develop a software right now. More than anything, I can develop a software right now. I can do softwares of my own and sell them on Fiverr for a greater amount of money. I can get started again. So trust in you, build on you. And okay, this is some common advice that I give my cousin, so I'm gonna give you as well. This is apart from the topic. The thing is, when you are coming out of college, okay, or at least when you're 23 or 24, make sure you have at least 3 professional skills. It can be anything. You can cook well, you can like repair a automobile vehicle, or you can do great drawings, or you can write content, anything. But please do have at least 3 professional skills. The reason is, after a certain period of time in life, you might hate things. Even some of my friends who went to work started giving up. They just gave the rejection letter after like 2 months of work, came out and are like struggling to build up again. And one of my friend who already has some idea and has like, he literally has 5 or 6 professional skills. He's like starting his own thing. He's like getting started with Fiverr again. He's like working for a IT company as a contractor. Actually, there's something called as contractor. Okay, contractor is for a time period, like 1 month you should work for a company and the company will pay you some amount. It is not like a yearly pay, but it is a monthly pay. He is working as a contractor, and these are things that are some things that a student needs to know. Please do have at least 3 professional skills by the time you are 23 or 24. And to wind up, okay, wait a second. And to wind up, okay, so what are the futuristic ideas that I might be having right now? Okay, I'm sharing this to give you guys an idea of what it can be even after this job. My idea is simple. I have always been passionate about the topic called machine learning. Okay, even some of the staff in the college know as well, and all of my papers are either or related to machine learning. So I wanted to study machine learning more. Either I'll be doing a specialization course or a degree for it, and then work on my own startups, because there is a recent trend going on. I'm not doing it for the trend, but I'm doing it for myself. What you can do is create your own software and sell APIs. If you know what an API is, you are CSE students, okay? If I'm not wrong, as of my knowledge, you all are CSE students. So what an API is, say for example, even Microsoft Teams, you are using it for free. But the thing is, the code was developed by someone. The code was paid for development, and the code is being run from a particular server. And all that you're doing is using the API to access it. So even I can do something that is unique as per the today's market requirement and sell an API for a particular amount. I'm not selling the software. Just understand, I'm not really selling the software. I'm selling the API. Say for example, POS system. Actually, if you go for Adyar and the Burn and you go for Talpakatti, both of them are going to use the same POS system. But the company didn't sell them the software. The company rather instead used the API to sell them the idea of the software. They're able to generate bills using the API. Now the company is rather than just getting the money from Adyar and the Burn for the software, it is getting from multiple companies that are using his particular API for that system. So building APIs, this is the second thing I'm going to do, and third thing, work on startups, because 9 to 5 job is never permanent. Just trust me, 9 to 5 job is never permanent. If you didn't believe in me, just go Google on like, okay, how many people lost job due to COVID and how many people are struggling to get job due to COVID. So job market or 9 to 5 job is never permanent. So work on yourself, build yourself, grow yourself. That is all I've got to say. Thank you guys. Thanks for the participation. Wait a second, sir. And guys, if you have any doubt, you can connect me with LinkedIn. Connect me using LinkedIn actually. The username is same, Iyengaran Krishnamurthy. You can see like AAC at Accenture or like Panimal Engineering College. Both will be shown on my profile, so you can make sure it's me. And if you have any doubts to get started, you can very well ping me. I'll make sure to connect with you as soon as possible. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Iyengaran. That was a wonderful session. Please share me the LinkedIn profile. I'll share with the students later. Thank you, students. Thank you for being with us. So shortly you will receive a feedback link in your WhatsApp group. So please fill it along with the LinkedIn profile of the speaker. I'll share. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, sir. Thank you, Na.
Thank you, sir.